Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Melanie back with Melanie Loves Death Metal and a collection update today. Mostly death metal. There's a couple of things in here that aren't really considered to be death metal. One trigger warning. There's an album that'll probably trigger some people on here. Oh well, still going to show it anyway because I was excited to get it. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got technically two CDs to show off. I finally got this in the mail yesterday and I finally listened to it for the first time. I was waiting to get the physical release before I actually listened to it. I did do that from time to time. A band that I wouldn't say I'm like a die-hard fan by any means. I only own two of their albums, and that is their last two albums that have come out. But I snagged this because it was on sale. It was a good cost, pretty much a stupid splurge buy. And this is the new Misery Index Complete Control box set. So the CD box set, I bought it through Evil Greed. I think it's available on Central Media too, but it was like 20% off or something on Evil Greed a couple weeks ago, and I finally got it in. So it's a really nice little CD box set. Comes with some stupid stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Is it worth the cost? I guess maybe if you're a Misery Index mega fan. I don't know, such a splurge buy. Again, for the cost, it just made up for it in general of just buying just the CDs. So it opens up like this. It's a really nice box set. It's some good quality. And right on top, it comes with a little mini poster of the album cover and the band on this side. If you're not familiar, this is a death metal / death grindcore band from the US. It's their 6th full length. And admittedly, I'm not super well versed with this band. I really enjoyed this album. I think it's a very good album with one complaint, which we'll get to that in a minute. And I really enjoyed their last album that came out a couple years ago. What was it? Rituals of Power. And then I'm also familiar with The Killing Gods, which came out way before that. And then as far as their first couple albums, admittedly I haven't really listened to them a whole lot. So we'll change that. So when you open it up, right away you get two CDs. So it comes with obviously the full-length Complete Control, and then there's this EP that it comes with, which is called Strategies of Manipulation. It's this little thin CD here. Open it up. That's what the CD looks like, and it's just a little booklet right there. So I haven't listened to this yet. I will today, but I have listened to the main album, and I think it's a very good album. I thought it caught me, grasped me right away as soon as I heard it. The first song, Administer the Dagger, and then The Eaters, and The Eaten. God, these song titles. Really, they got me and sucked me in right away, and I enjoyed the album. I wasn't bored with it at all. I like pretty much every song on here. I don't really have a whole lot of negative to say. The only negative thing I do have to say is that the mix recording is strange in that it's really loud. So I was playing it on my CD player, and then I moved over to Apple Music, put on my AirPods last night, and it was just blasting, making my ears bleed. So I don't know what that's about, but you just got to turn down the volume knob a little bit when you listen to this album, because it's really loud compared to other music that you're going to have. As far as the booklet goes, it's just lyrics and then your good old creepy images, not a whole lot else. Yeah, and then the ye old band picture at the end. So that's the CDs that it comes with, and then the rest of the box set, which admittedly such a stupid splurge buy, comes with these two pins, which I'm not a pin collector, so these will be sitting in a bag in a box forever until I get rid of this or I die or whatever else. And then the big old thing is this tote bag with the album cover on it. So I'm not a tote bag person, but I probably will use this just to justify the money that I spent. I mean, it was only like $25 with shipping, which the CD alone would have cost that, just because, Century Media. But again, I got this on Evil Greed. I had a discount code, so I bought it. Justified the purchase. Stupid splurge. I don't do this very often, but I snagged it. So yeah, I really like the album. I think it's really good. in terms of their last album, I think I might like it a little bit more than their last album. Their last album took me a while to grasp and to enjoy. There was just a lot of stuff that came out that year. It was 2019, and that was the year of the witch vomits and the tomb molds and all that other stuff, the old school death metal revival, as you would like to call it. So, nice little box set. If you're a fan, they're still available. They're out there. So yeah, I'm going to just adjust this microphone because when I do vinyl, for whatever reason, my hands, all that other stuff. So, all right, moving on to vinyl. I've got lots of vinyl to show you. The first one is technically not a death metal album, but I'm going to show it off anyway because I really enjoy it. This is the new Terror album, Pain into Power. So Terror is a hardcore band. They've been around for fucking ever. How long has Terror been around for? Let's check this out. They have 1 million albums as well. Admittedly, this is the only album that I own by them, but I've obviously known about this band for a long time now. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is their 8th full length. They've got several live albums. They've got a couple comps, a couple demos, several EPs. But yeah, they've been around for a very long time. They're a band out of Los Angeles. Good stuff. Hardcore punk for the most part. This was out on Pure Noise Records, and I grabbed it because it was available. It was super cheap. And the reason why I bought it is because what kind of grasped me in is that George Corpse Grinder, or Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse, is on here. And it's very, very catchy, good song. So the hardcore punk stuff for me is hit or miss. Either I really like it or I don't like it and I just don't listen to it and I move on with my day. Or I really, really enjoy it and so I buy the albums. This is one of those few albums that I bought. I do think it's a very good album. It's getting this like clear splatter with the orange blob in the middle. I don't know how many of these were made or what variant or anything like that. I didn't care. Again, the album was only $20, so I snagged it. And I've been really enjoying it. It's a quick listen. The songs aren't too long. It comes with this obnoxiously large poster, picture collage, and then on the other side is like lyrics that and like a graffiti art. Yeah, so just obnoxiously large poster. So really like this album. Again, immediately, this is the only album I own by them, but obviously I'm very familiar with their discography. I've been listening to them. I listened to pretty much every album that they've come out with. It's one of those bands that, I really enjoyed at the end of my high school days and was, listening to everything. It's just one of those bands that kind of always stuck with me, so I always follow them along. They've got a couple duds in their discography that I don't enjoy, but this one is a good return. I really enjoy it. So if you're into that hardcore punk stuff, check it out. You'll probably enjoy this album. I think it's pretty good. And it's available. Pretty much. I don't think it's sold out or anything like that. So, alright. I'm going to get this out of the way. This is a trigger warning. So, I made it pretty clear a while back that Slipknot has always been one of my favorite bands. It's just, one of those bands that I still love. I don't care if people find that to be annoying. I don't care if people call me a poser for liking them. We all have those bands. I don't consider it a guilty pleasure whatsoever because I enjoy it and I don't care if people know it. I own all their albums on CD and I owned a couple of their vinyl, but their vinyl were sold out and hard to get. But I do have a first press of their first album, a couple of other vinyls on here, but they finally repressed this one. This was a bit of a holy grail for me, and I almost bit the bullet a couple times and bought it for an insane price from people on Discogs. And I held out because I knew that, they're not going to miss out on an opportunity to make more money. And they don't hate their vinyl fans like Tool does. So I knew eventually they were going to repress it, and they did. So this is Iowa. I don't think I need to say anything more. It's available, it's around, it's not sold out. I'm sure you can find it places. It's a really, really, really well done repress. It sounds really, really good. It's this glossy as hell gatefold with the images, and it's a double LP lyrics, goofy ass pictures, and it's like this Coke bottle clear vinyl, which doesn't look bad. They did repress the first album, and they chose a very strange album color for it, and I don't know if it's because they wanted to get it out, so they just picked what was available at the plant. But I didn't order that one because I already own it, but I saw it, and I just was like, that's an ugly ass album cover, like vinyl color, like why'd they choose that? It doesn't even go along with the rest of the album. But again, you buy for the music, so whatever, that's just my opinion. Don't flame me for saying that. But yeah, so I'm really happy that I got this. This was one of the few vinyls that I was missing. Super glossy, super shiny, but it's really nice quality. Looks fantastic. It sounds amazing. So I'm really happy that I finally had this on vinyl now. Volume 3 was also repressed, and that's been up for pre-order. I ordered that, and then All Hope Is Gone, which is the last one that I needed on vinyl. That also went up for pre-order, and I got that. So now I officially will have all of them on vinyl. You know, whatever. I like Slipknot, and I'm wearing a Suffocation shirt. Whatever, call me a poser. I've always liked them. I'm not going to hide it. I still listen to them quite frequently, and yeah, I'm really excited that I got that in my collection. Alright, so moving on to some brutal, disgusting death metal. I snagged this from Paul at Corpse Gristle. I immediately don't have any Devourment on vinyl, and I figured why not grab this while it was still available. I shot him a message and said, hey, do you have any of these available? And he said, sure do. So this is the latest repress that they just did. I got the blue one, which is, you know, I thought, in my honest opinion, was the best looking colored one. So thank you, Paul, for sending me this one. I told him I didn't care about the color. I just wanted it on vinyl. He ended up picking the good one. There was a couple other variants. I think that they, for the most part, they may be sold out, but I think there's still some of these may be available on corpsecrystal.com. So, yep. I don't think you guys need to know more about this album. There you go. Some nasty ass brutal death metal from Texas. Butcher of the Week, by the way, if anybody doesn't know what this was called. So I've had this album in my distro several times on cassette. So I own it on cassette. I have like 3 different variants that I own on cassette. I don't know, for whatever reason, I think this one probably is probably my favorite Devourment album. The one that I listen to the most. So yeah, I just am excited that I have it on vinyl now. It sounds great. I listened to it yesterday after I got out of my Black Dahlia Murder binge that I was on. So yeah, if you're looking for these, I'm pretty sure some of these might still be available. Don't get price gouged on Discogs. Go to Corpse Crystal's website and check it out. I'm pretty sure he might have some of them still available. Alright, so another hole filler. Immediately, this is probably one of my favorite albums in the discography. I'm probably going to do a ranking discography video for this band as well, but I picked this up off of Meteor Gem. I saw that it was available, and I was shocked because every time this goes up for sale somewhere, it sells out super quick. So I don't know if I just caught it at a good time or what. And this needs no introduction. Gorguts Obscura. Do you guys need me to talk about Gorguts? Because I will. I'm not going to. So yeah, technical death metal, super technical death metal. This is very technical, crazy loop-de-loop album is what I like to call it. Very nice, glossy gatefold here. War on Music Records released this, and it looks like it was licensed by NWN and from NWN and Century Media. I don't know who War on Music Records is. I've never owned anything by them. No idea how many of these were pressed or anything like that. Again, I just saw it on Meteor Gem, so I grabbed it. Sounds great, and in terms of this album, compared to their other albums, I probably listened to this one more than some, but it's just plain black. It's a double gatefold, plain black. But this one is the one that I kind of need to be in the mood for. It's very, like I said, technical, bounces your head around, exhausting album, to say the least. I don't feel that way about their other albums at all, but this is one of my more favorite ones. But again, I have to be in the mood for it, so I probably will do a ranking discography eventually someday. on this album, but I'm happy that I have it now. Because again, I love Gorguts. I think they're an incredible band, incredible technical death metal band. Luke LeMay is just, he's the man. Super talented artist. All of them are talented, so that's a great album. All right. Next up, I've got, is this the final one? Is this the final one I'm going to show you today? No, no. Two more. One of them, borderlines black metal, but I'm still going to show it off anyway because I said I was going to shout out the place that I bought it from. So I've got two more after this. So I purchased this from, was it Misako that I got this from? I don't remember. I thought I got it off of Discogs. I remember. I've had this for a while. I showed off the CD, but I did buy the vinyl of the new Cryptworm Spewing Mephitic Putridity. I got rid of my CD because I really wanted this on vinyl. Hello there, animal, with your loud jinglies. This album has grown on me a ton. When I first bought it, I thought, like, oh, it's CD, you know, whatever. I don't need the vinyl. And then I've listened to it a lot. And this is easily going to be one of my favorite releases this year. It's just filthy, nasty, dirty death metal. And, you know, sometimes I'm just really in the mood for that. And I would say this is probably one of the best album covers that I've seen in a long time, and admittedly I wanted that on vinyl for that reason. Who was the artwork? The artwork is Scad Valor. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna look into him though. So yeah, this is their first full length. I've talked about it in other previous videos. I showed this off on CD. So phenomenal CD. I actually gave this CD away to a friend of mine in a care package that I sent him with a couple of other goodies, and it's just the plain black vinyl version. There was a colored version, but it's sold out like super quick. The Misako Unocho, whatever, their releases, you know, they go quick sometimes. They're one of those labels where they sell super quick and they can be hard to find, and then the resale price is just ridiculous. I don't remember where I got this from, and I'm not going to look it up, but I also want to tell you guys where this band is from, and I admittedly am blanking right now, and I forgot where they're from. UK. I don't know why I forgot that. So yeah, this is their first full length. Their last EP that came out a couple years ago, Reek Gunk of Abhorrence, was on Life After Death and a couple other underground labels. Very good stuff. So really, really good band. If you're in the mood for some really dirty, nasty, filthy death metal, this is perfect for you. It's a really good album. I really like it. Like I said, it's one that I've been listening to a ton these last couple of weeks since I've had it, and it's one that's been regularly played in my car and stuff like that. So I got it on vinyl. I should have just bought it on vinyl to begin with. So all right, so next up is two you guys are gonna think I'm the biggest nerds in the world. So a while back I showed this this album on just plain black vinyl. I hadn't heard it, and I immediately was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. It came out on Profound Lore, and then I listened to it a ton, and I absolutely love this album now. It came out last year, and it probably would have been a top album of mine if I had grasped it and listened to it a lot sooner. And so anyway, I was just curious to see if I could find the color pressing for this, because there was a black variant and there was a color pressing, and it's been selling for stupid prices on Discogs. And so I went into the Metal Detector. If you don't know what Metal Detector is, it's a really cool website. It has like 300 local shops that is like, it's like a Google search for, you can find records and stuff like that. And I typed it in, and this shop came up called Night Howl Records. They're based out of Canada, and they had the variant in stock. And so Canadian prices to US dollars are pretty magnificent. It's not super expensive, and the shipping is generally reasonable. So I don't hesitate to buy from Canada. I buy from from the Canadian stores quite frequently. It's the UK, the Europe area that I don't technically buy a lot from because shipping prices are god awful. And then Mexico is hit or miss with me because it takes a really long time to get stuff from Mexico. So they had it available. It was a really good price, even with shipping, compared to what I would have had to buy it for on Discogs, which was going for over $50, which is just ridiculous when Profound Lore was selling these for like $18 when it released last year. So I just bought it. I don't do this very often. But I got it because I really, 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 really like this album a lot. So this is Antichrist Siege Machine. We talked about it. It's that blackened death metal, war metal style music. It's super aggressive, super crazy and chaotic, and just is fucking phenomenal. And this was one of my favorite albums that come out last year once I finally got around to listening to it, called Purifying Blade. So Night Howl is based out of Canada. I put the order in, and I don't know how, but he noticed my name and shot me a message and said, "Wait a minute, I recognize your name. You're Melanie from Melanie Loves Death Metal." His name is Jason. This is awesome. Thank you so much for buying from a local store. Like, I'll have it to you super quick. And sure enough, literally a week later, I got it, and I was very impressed by that. Because sometimes Canada can take a couple weeks to get to me as well. So yeah, thank you, Jason. Night Howl is a pretty much a brand new store. They just opened up in September of 2021, and they have a really, really good stock of records. They've got CDs and everything. I have the site open right now. If they have vinyl, CDs, and tapes, and their vinyl selection is very good. They've got, they just sold out Defeated Sanity, but there was a ton of stuff. Like, I sat here and scrolled for a while. I was like, man, they've got this, and like, these are things that I haven't been able to find in a while. But I just got that one record, but now I have a new shop to look at when I'm on the hunt for something. So they do have the new Suffering Hour is available. That Cryptworm that I just showed you is available on their site. They have a bunch of stuff. So if you're in Canada or if you're in the US and you're looking for a new store, go to Night Howl Records. Again, the attention to detail for shipping, it's just a super all-around nice experience. And I got the colored vinyl that I was hoping I would have been able to get. So in general, I was being a little bit of a colored vinyl snob, which I don't do very often at all, but for this album, I just really love this album. It's one of those albums that I still listen to all the time, and I was hoping I could see these guys live. They're going on a little tour right now, but they're not coming anywhere near me. And I'll show off the innards again. So it's got this poster and then the lyrics on the other side. So in terms of the like blackened death metal, war metal music, I don't buy a whole lot of it. A lot of it I'm not a huge fan of, admittedly, but this is one of the few that really got my attention and that I just really, really loved. So thank you so much, Night Howl Records. Check them out. Please check them out. Really, really cool site. Really nice site too. Whoever did your site development, good job. They've got a lot of good stock, especially if you're in the Canadian area. In terms of the province that they're in, I'm so bad with Canada geography. I feel like it was in New Brunswick. I might be wrong about that. So that's the area that they're in. So anyway, check them out. I'll link in the description for you guys to do it. So then finally, again, the vinyl color chasing. I don't know what the hell my deal was. So I actually really, really love this album, and I saw it was available. It was originally in my want list on Discogs, and I just never removed it, even though I already own this album. And it popped up that it was available in this color, and it was for like an actual retail price. It wasn't too expensive, and I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna buy it and I'll sell my other version. So I did. I sold my other version and I got this one. This was the original first press color that I wanted. So this is Undeath's first album, Legions of a Different Kind. And this Discog seller actually recognized my name as well. And when he saw that I bought it, he was like, I just realized you're Melanie from Melanie Loves Death Metal. And that is, guys, no joke. Like, literally, this has happened to me like one other time. So, and it happened to me twice in 1 week. So he shot me, we're talking back and forth in Discogs, and he got this to me super quick. This is that purple variant with the yellow splatter in there. The other one that I had was blue and red. I don't know. For whatever reason, I like this one better. Limited to 400. Whatever, blah, 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 blah. So I just grabbed it. I ended up selling my other one to a friend that was on the hunt for it. They've repressed this album so many times. Oh, there's so many color variants out there. But again, Undeath, their first album, phenomenal stuff. If you haven't heard this yet, it is such a good album. I don't think that this band is overhyped whatsoever. I think they're one of the best new death metal bands out there. Their newest record is so good. I absolutely love it. It's gonna be one of my favorite albums probably in a long time. I've been listening to it nonstop, and this one gets regular spins as well. So check out Undeath if you haven't yet. A lot of people think they're overhyped. I think they're phenomenal. Don't play into hype, guys. Just listen to it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Move on. End of story. So that's all I have for you guys today. I will link Night Howl in the description, and I will link a couple of other things that I think still might be available. So yeah, thank you guys for all the support. The 2K subscriber winner announcement is going up today. I'm going to do like a little short and tell you who the winner is, and then I'll respond to the comments and do all that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. And if you're a Black Dahlia Murder fan, I pretty much did like a kind of a review of all their albums yesterday. That's up from yesterday as well. So, all right, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next one.